Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. This is Afefe with Touch by Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, if you landed here, I hope you like what you see in here. Like, subscribe, come on back again. I am going to do a reading for the collective, going to the guides to see what kind of energies are going to be coming at us at the week ahead. We know we have already, we are off to a long, hot summer here in America and elsewhere in the world. There is so much going on wherever you happen to be. So I'm going to take a look at the energies overall that are coming at us, things that we can expect, and the ways that it may impact us directly, how we will respond to those energies, and always getting advice from spirit to see, how we can best adapt, be prepared, forewarned is forearmed, right? But also helping us to set our intentions so that we're not so caught off guard. And very often we know how it works when you kind of know something is coming, or you had a hint of it. Then when it happens, or if it happens, you can say, I knew what that was about, and here's what I'm going to do in response to it, so it doesn't throw you off, right? Because now more than ever, you all, we need mechanisms and methods. Here's my baby, to set our intentions and to remain focused. And along those lines, let me say, I should announce, I am, for those of you who may not have heard already or known or seen my prior posts, I am doing my first tarot series called Touching Tarot. And it is, of course, continuing my name, my tag, Touched by Tarot. And it's a 6-part series. If you're interested, you can email me at touchbytarot@gmail.com. All one word, touchbytarot@gmail.com. And I'll send you the information, the outline, and the registration information. But just to recap, you guys, one of the reasons I decided to do this, when I talk about going to this is my baby. My approach with the cards is, yes, I recognize that when I go here on my own behalf, or on behalf of the collective, or if I'm doing a one-on-one reading for someone, I go to the cards because I do believe that they are a channel, they are a portal to higher realms. Our ancestors, our angels, beings of light, ascended masters, right? The Holy Spirit, going back to my Christian days, okay? And I don't mean any of that in a sacrilegious context. I mean, there is this notion that when we connect with a divination tool like tarot, we are calling in and being very intentional about wanting to connect to something, someone, and energies that are higher than us in our flesh and human form. And knowing that even though, what are we? We are spirits having a human experience. So the humanity in us kind of scoots over a little bit so that our spirits can connect with that higher energy, that higher vibration, right? Those ascended masters, angels, supernatural beings of light. Well, I don't play with, I don't go over on that other side. So, so that's what we're doing. And it is that. But the way that I approach it, and the way that I intend to teach it and work with people always on it, is that understanding this is not a tool that is outside of us. And very often when we approach, there's so many books and online courses, etc., that teach the 78 cards, and here are the meanings of upright, and here are the meanings of reverse, and and here's how you combine the cards, and the air, fire, earth, etc. You get so caught up in the mechanics of tarot that it can feel overwhelming, and you lose your immediate connection to it. It's like, here they are over here, and here I am over here, and I'm trying to figure out how does this fit? How do I connect? How do I make sense of it when I wind up getting, a table full of cards in front of me? What do I do with it? My approach is, if you understand that everything that is here is already a part of you. It already reflects something that has happened in your life, someone that aspects of yourself, life in general. The human experience is all packed within these cards. And so when you have a better relationship to these energies, not just cards, not just, the mechanics, but when you have a relationship with them, then when you pull them, first of all, your pulls are going to change. as you develop that relationship. Watch and see what I tell you. You know, for those of you who work with cards, you know what I'm talking about. If you're new to it and interested in it, I hope so. It's really growing right now, as many of you I'm sure know. With everything that is happening in the world, people are looking to, you know, tarot, to astrology, to Reiki, to anything that, yoga, to whatever helps us keep our energies high, raise our vibrations, not cave into fear and you know, and anxiety and anxiousness. Recognizing that we are human, we're having a human experience. Those things are going to happen, but we do not, you know, we cannot be overwhelmed by them. And in my opinion, you know, this is just an incredible tool to help us understand, cope, plan, focus. All right, so that leads me back to the intention for this reading, which is looking at the energies of the week ahead. And let us be prepared and see what Spirit has to say about what we can do. All right. At the bottom of the deck, you all, we have the Two of Wands. All right. I use my bottom card after I shuffle. It's sort of just an energy guide, like, you know, my GPS. Tell me sort of where we're going. Two of Wands is a couple of things. It could be that thinking about the week ahead, the energies of the week ahead. So it could be there's a vision that we have for what we have planned for the week ahead. We already know, perhaps we've got meetings planned, or we have a work week ahead of us, so we got projects that we know what it is that we are looking at. But understanding that when you get twos involved, there could be, this card gives a little hint that says dominion or conflict. I see it as understanding that there are always more than one, you know, more than one ideal or more than one energy that's coming into play here. So right away, Spirit's letting us know this week is going to be, despite whatever we have planned, we're going to have to be prepared for something else, someone else, partnerships, other things that come into play that may make us have to adapt or shift. We have the world, the universe. We have the Seven of Swords reversed, and we have the Seven of Cups reversed. I don't always do reversals, but Spirit is telling me to do that today. So, and especially because I'm looking at double numbers whenever we get repeating numbers. That's another thing in tarot. Always pay attention when you get repeating numbers. Okay. The World came up, and I'm going to handle that first because it is major arcana. And so the energies are always thicker, heavier, more important. So the World came up upright, reversed. I would say right off the bat, if we have travel coming up this week, thinking about world events, because we're looking at the energies of the week. So there's going to be world events that are coming toward us. We have the Seven of Cups reversed with the Seven of Swords reversed. I'm going to hold them upright for you guys. But think about that, you guys. We're dealing with emotions and thoughts. We're thinking about the state of being in our emotional bodies and what is being said and done around us. That Seven of Swords often is a card that indicates some sort of trickery, things not being quite on the level, people smiling in your face but saying another thing behind your back, that kind of thing. I don't know whether that is necessarily directed at us, since our leader, we're looking at the world, the universe card. I think this is a card that says in the week ahead, recognizing that what we are told is not necessarily the truth. And recognizing, because it came reversed, though, that we're going to have a better opportunity and capacity to see it for what it is. So in other words, if you know, politically, let's say our government is telling us XYZ, here in America, we've been going through a lot of stuff with these January 6th hearings, for instance, or even in relationship to health matters. There's one thing when you take in that information, but this Seven of Swords reverse says you're going to have the ability to, you know, yes, you will hear it, but the way it filters and goes through your brain and goes into your emotions, there's going to be an ability to synthesize. You will have a better opportunity to synthesize that information and know what's true versus what's not, so that you know what you can do about it. I don't think if somebody tries to come at you with something, if this is a more personal situation, somebody tries to come at you with something this week that isn't suiting you, your heart, your intuition, something's going to kick in and be like, because that 7 of Cups, when it is upright, it is very often that we've got so many things in front of us, or so many options, that we're not quite sure what's best. We lose, we're like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I don't know. So then you wind up maybe not doing anything and missing an opportunity. But in the reverse, I think this is us having that, here's what I'm going to do. It's going to be that I choose this, and I'm not letting yourself get lost in the sauce. Am I right on that? Are we on the right train? We are. 9 of Cups. Absolutely. And the Sun. Okay. All right. You know what, you guys? This can be a really good week. I'm showing to you. I got the 9 of Cups and the Sun. They both came upright. This is thinking about, we were talking about setting intentions for the week and being prepared for the energies. So we see the energies could be very well. Lots of options being thrown our way, and lots of information coming our way. But it may not be what we know for ourselves to be true. So when we hear it, we'll take it in, we synthesize it, and we go, I'm not quite so sure about that. I think I'm going to make this decision despite what I'm hearing, because this decision feels a little stronger for me. The world, making sure that what we do and how we make those decisions are going to have long-term impact, and have impact on how we want to shape the world. I really think there's 2 things going on. As human beings, as individuals, we can't escape our environment, the larger environment, the collective, the world that we live in right now, and the way that we see it changing, and the ways that we have to adapt. At the same time, we're living our own lives. While everything else is going on around us, we're living our own lives. And I think Spirit is saying, recognizing that there's this 2-pronged thing that's happening here, where on the one hand, you're being given a lot of information. You're being given so many options of how you want to adapt to that information. Where you want to live, how you want to work, whether or not you want to go out and socialize, whether or not you feel with that world card, whether or not you feel comfortable traveling. Where are you in your life right now? There are those opportunities with that 7 of Cups. But again, with it coming reversed, I think you're like, okay, here is where I want to live. Here is what I want to do. Yes, I am going to go on vacation, either, in a smaller setting or larger, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you feel like you're really prepared for. Because that 9 of Cups is that card of, I want something good. Look at those good times. They're sitting there having that toast. They're ready to, whatever special occasion that is that brought them together. Beautiful depiction there. I'm ready to embrace something good. I want to feel good. And that is capped off with this, the Sun. It is summer. This is summer for those of us in America. I guess, around the globe, the seasons change, but this is a time for many of us, for many of you who will see this. If you hear, it's meant for you, right? That's our philosophy. This is a time when you want to have fun. You want to do what you desire. You want to celebrate with people. You want to know, that others are there for you. There's that, going back to our catalyst card, that 2 of Wands. It's not just about setting your own, I'm out here, no man is or woman is an island unto themselves, right? This is very much a pull toward being social, getting out in the world, and understanding that the energies that are coming toward us, or coming toward you specifically, filter out whatever fosters fear. And that is not to say, by all means, pay attention to what you do. Pay attention to your finances. I'm surprised we didn't see more Pentacles with economic stuff going on right now. But pay attention to your finances. Pay attention to Page of Wands. No, Spirit is like, we want you to get out in the world and enjoy. Done. 3 of Cups. Page of Wands and 3 of Cups. Always like to confirm what I'm feeling. Yeah, Spirit is like, this is not the week to really worry about the 401k. Not suggesting that you throw caution to the wind by any means, right? Let's be smart, let's use our heads. But it's saying basically, this is not the week to sit and count your pennies and worry about, what's coming next financially, or I don't see health concerns as a major energy that's going to be presenting itself to us in the coming week, remember. And week would be whenever you happen to come upon this reading. This is a week, Page of Wands. It literally says on this card, play your inner child, right? So this is, and it came with that 3 of Cups. So this Spirit is saying, bottom line, between the 3 of Cups, that 9 of Cups, and the World, this is a week that Spirit wants you to be able to get out, celebrate, enjoy life, find mechanisms to not, don't believe the lie that it is not safe for us to connect with one another. It is all in the method. It is all in paying attention to, doing things in a way that feels safe to you. If that is virtual connection, whatever it is that you need to do to feel more a part of the world and to be able to take the information that's coming to you in the coming week. And if it causes anxiousness, if it makes you feel, then, maybe it's time to unplug from some of that. Maybe it's time to do a little less of the news cycle, not, certainly keep abreast of what's happening in the world, but not remain so glued to it. Not let all of your conversations be about how high gas is and, and how high groceries are at the store. We know that we are dealing with that reality, but the energy that Spirit is presenting here is very much about celebrating, getting out into the world. Ooh, what just fell? Okay, that fell. Don't feel led to share that. Actually, you know what? I am. The card was turn away, and that felt like turning away from what's being presented to us, but I think it's turning away from the negativity. I'm sorry, Spirit. Thank you for correcting me on that. It's turning away from that negativity or anything that causes you anxiousness. That's what it was about. Okay, and recognition. Thank you. Because it is going back to what we said at the beginning of the reading. The information that comes at you this week, whatever you're told, whatever you see, whatever circles you're in, your family members, your friends, whatever's coming at you, whatever that chatter is or whatever you see and witness, there's a recognition between what really should give you pause, what you really need to reconsider or think about before you take certain actions or decide to go places or do things. This is very much about your social life. It is very much about getting back out into the world and experiencing some fun in the summer, but it's recognizing, I think, that turn away that I didn't want to see. And I put back, because Spirit was like, girl, you know better. It's turning away from and recognizing what you need to turn away from if in fact it feels like it's restricting you and holding you back and feeding the fears and making you want to do like this. Especially we're still in Cancer season, that crab, that crab shell that can sometimes make you want to, retreat from the world as opposed to going out and getting in it. This is an energy of going out and getting in the world and trusting yourself to know how to do that, where to go, where it's safe, who it's safe to be around, because it's going to energize you, all right, and fuel your soul. A lot of fire, spiritual energy, physical energy, vitality, what builds you up. All right, that's the key for this week. Have a good one. Let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.